Today, March 20th, I guess, 2023. Call to order at 7 o'clock. And we'll first order of business is a roll call, please.
Mr. Hensel?
Here.
Mrs. Heidinger?
Yes.
Mr. Ledley?
Yes.
Mr. Carmine?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Okay. We'll go ahead and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Flag is over here to your right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item 3, approval and correction of the minutes from the regular meeting that was held on February 13th, 2023. Could I have a motion to accept, please?
Hensel.
Thanks, Rodney. A second? Thanks, Justin. Any discussion, any correction here to present to us today? It is all yours, Clint.
I have some boys here from the debate club. They have a debate club once a month for our clubs that we have for Lear Meet. And I thought this would be a good group to have. I never get to see these guys in my office because I wouldn't have time to argue with them. But come on. Their teachers for the debate club are Mrs. Sherman over here and Ms. Davis. So I'm going to let these guys talk, but we have Braden Tracy, we have Hudson, Davis, Ryder Tracy, Wayne Harder, and Anderson Lattimore. So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and take it away.
We have talked about and debated about many things, and one of the things is whether kids should have rules or not. And there are some rules that should not be enforced, but I think that some boundaries should be there. Yes.
We have talked about many topics, like Taco Bell versus McDonald's, and we've also had multiple debates about multiple things, and Mrs. Sherman and Miss Davis would pick which team you are from a randomizer, to see which one is against or you want it.
So we'll get in there and they will put us into groups and we will get 10 minutes to figure out what we're going to debate, what we're going to say, what we're debating, we'll debate, and there's going to be a winner or not.
One of the topics we have debated about is whether kids should use advanced math in school or not. And one of the reasons why not is because parents would have to pay for the textbooks.
So how the debate club goes with the 7 habits is we synergize with working with groups, and we synergize by working with groups.
Mrs. Sherman or Ms. Davis, you guys have anything to add to what these guys talked about?
I can. Usually, I'm pretty loud. Just bring my voice up like normal. We have, I think, 12 kids, 5th and 6th grade in our club. We picked a lot of the students who we knew would be able to express themselves without being rude to other students. So a lot of the problems that we have is we say debate club and they think they're just going to argue, which they do, and they argue before we even start. But we've learned how to respectfully listen. You have to wait wait for them to give their idea, then you can give your side, and they start like inching towards each other. It's very funny. I'm like, there's a line, you can't cross that line. They start getting really antsy, especially like Taco Bell versus McDonald's. We did chili versus chicken noodle soup just for warm-ups, just little things that they don't really need to know anything about. But we've been researching the whole, do children need rules? I put all their names in a randomizer, we kicked them out. Some of the kids, like Raiden, for example, loves math, and for the advanced math one, I made sure he was on the other side, so we had to learn how to defend something that maybe wasn't his best interest. He wasn't very happy with me when he found out, but he did listen to other people's ideas. They might have been the same ideas he would have had originally, but he was able to come back to them. So they have worked extremely hard. We have a great group of kids. They're super respectful, and I know they were nervous, but they did a great job. This is the quietest they've ever been. Their parents can all say they're all laughing, because usually they're on it. So it's been really fun. We've had a great year. Hopefully next year we'll have a great group, since the 6th grade will be leaving.
So I told these guys you would have some questions for them, so they said they're ready for anything. They were a lot more confident, I think, today when I talked to them. But so go ahead and ask some questions if you have them.
Do you guys meet after school or during school?
So we have a special time of the day, and it's right before we do town hall, and it's on the first Friday of every month. We meet with our club and do club things.
You have the club name?
The club name is Debate Club. We debate about stuff.
So what's the most exciting thing or that got you all, I don't know, most emotional about that you guys debated on? Was there one particular debate that really stands out for you guys?
I mean, you know, yeah, probably Taco Bell versus.
Which one?
Yeah.
Who won that
Who
one?
won?
Taco Bell won.
Oh.
I think we all know why.
Why is that?
Just because of Taco Bell. That's why.
It tastes much better.
And it's the 4th meal, right?
But the after things are not very pleasant.
Things good and bad.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anybody else?
We're not going to touch that.
Good with the bad.
Hey guys, real quick before you take it off, I just want to get a quick picture over here if you would. Come on over here, the board members if you would. And I think we're going to go underneath the Welcome to Kenton City School lettering here. That way we don't get the projector. Yep. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you do not have to stick around afterward unless you want to. You're welcome to stay for the rest of the board meeting, but don't feel bad if you need to go. Thank you.
I mean, I will tell you that you're going to get to see the first renditions of the new school. if you
Middle high
stick around.
school, yep.
So, I mean,
Just put you on spot.
if you want to see what the new school's going to look like, you can stick around at least till that's over.
We can always give them a chance to leave after that if they want. Yep.
She's like, put her on the spot, buddy. She's her.
Well, she's used to it.
It didn't look like there's anybody signed up, is there?
No,
Okay.
there's nobody.
Okay. All right, we'll go past public participation. Nobody signed up for that today. So number 6, reports of the treasurer.
Just one thing, well, maybe a couple things. Where we're at with interest right now between the LFI and the local altogether, we've got 300,000. And then the state, because we get very few withdrawals from them, about 31,000. But again, the interest rates have really benefited us, so that's great. We will be having our insurance committee meeting this Friday. And we'll have preliminary renewal rates coming out. The official will be mid-April when the whole consortium meets, and then we'll know exactly where we stand. Trying to think, was there anything? Those are the biggest. And I'm working on reevaluating the 5-year. Nothing major has really stuck out, except for the fact that our interest rate probably will increase that revenue line that we thought wasn't going to be 30,000, but now, maybe projected to be over 250,000 between July and the end of June. So that's a big plus for us. So that's probably the one big item that I could see that really kind of stuck out that will change our revenue.
You mean for the new school or what?
No, that's our general
For
fund.
general
our
fund. Oh, okay,
five-
general fund.
5-year, yeah.
Is that from the auditor, like the stuff, the taxes and interest that we bring in, or?
No, just interest in.
Reinvestment.
Any interest that we're earning in our general fund for, for cash.
So they're just reinvestments.
Reinvestments, yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't really changed anything other than the interest rates have gone up. Although I will say I did do the one thing where I moved a lot of our money market from the Liberty account, wasn't, because we're locked in with a rate. I moved it over to Star, so it's, that 4.5%
It's an adjustable
interest.
rate.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think we were only getting a 0.5, so I'm like, that's a no-brainer. We have to
Right.
move it.
Right, absolutely. Good.
That's it.
Okay. Could I have a motion to accept?
Hansel.
Thanks, Rodney. Second?
Heidinger.
Thanks, Tasha. Any further discussion, any questions for Jill? Okay, with none, we'll go ahead and have a vote.
Mr. Ludley?
Yes.
Mr. Carmine?
Yes.
Mr. Dick? Mr. Hensel?
Yes.
Mrs. Heidinger?
Yes.
Okay, item 7, Superintendent Report Communication. I believe we've got a presentation.
New
a little
building,
bit, maybe?
yep.
New building. Okay.
Laura Little's here from Garmin Miller. They're our architect, and looks like she's got some help as well, Ryan. So they're going to show us some of the images that, and I don't want to say too much, but that were taken from a BIM modeling, which is kind of a somewhat new software. I don't know, is that 5-10 years? I don't know how long that's been around, but you can get a much better view of what it's going to look like instead of just looking at blueprints. So this is where things are. However, I would like to give a quick little, please know that this is not the final, the final renderings or anything like that, but we're getting awfully close at this point. So,
We are.
thank you, Laura.
Getting closer every day. So this is the view from Silver Street when you come from the east side, or west side, coming down Silver Street. You'll see the new entry here. We have, this is the visitor and student parking. The
Hey,
center
Laura,
section here-
can you use the microphone, please, or or just stand there at least,
Grab
okay?
it. Just grab it. You can take it off
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
want.
take it off of there. Yeah. There you go.
So the main entry is that black area in the center there. We do have that highlighted with some nice red doors. When you come in there, it'll lead you into the main entrance. This is the loop that is coming around for the buses, where the buses will exit. So we do have the buses and the visitor parking areas are separated. We do have a mixture of brick, the red at the top is brick, and the tan gray color at the bottom is a split face block. And then we do have a metal roof on this section here. We also have some black brick accents as well. Another view of the main entrance there. Then when you come in the building, we do have terrazzo floors in this main area here. When you first come in, you have the ability to go to the office area or go to the clinic. Once you go beyond that, then you enter into the student dining. It is combined for middle school and high school with stairs then that take you up to the second floor. And then the educational wings are to the left and to the right.
Laura, if I could real quick, even though it looks like, and maybe one of the next images might show it, there is going to be a separation between the middle school section where they're eating and the high school section. They'll all go to the same cafeteria, but even that is divided by lines. Yeah, there we go. There's like a little planter and things, but so there will be a division. There won't be young, some of our middle school kids eating with high school kids, that kind of thing. They'll have separate areas there. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So then moving further into that student dining area, we We do have restrooms. That is also at the far end is looking at your events entrance. And then also we've got the cafeteria over there on the, or the kitchen over there on the right. We do have natural daylight into the student dining space as well. And then moving further in towards the other events entrance is where you see the gymnasium and the performing arts center, those entrances. And then we also have, you're seeing the makerspace down there as well. If we turn around and look back at where we started off from, this is another view. And then you get to see those windows up top. Those are into the media center from the second floor. And then just moving a little closer towards the media center up there on the second floor there as well. Just kind of give, and then we've got the art rooms there on the right. We do have a display case into seeing some art display there, and then also looking into a computer classroom. From the events entrance, this is the view from the north side. So then we've got the main entrance there for all of your event parking. This gets you closer to the Performing Arts Center and also to the gymnasium.
On that one, we're also going to be looking at a wildcat head, so you see all the claw. Nothing wrong with the claw, but we really like the wildcat head, so if there's little things like that change, don't be surprised. Also, on the left-hand side is going to be our really nice lab, which is going to have CNC machines and lots of very nice equipment that people will be able to see as they're coming into the building for all of our events, just to highlight all of the career technical education that we're able to provide here on campus.
So then when you come into that entrance then, you're coming into this ticket area. We have a multifunctional desk here that can be used for ticketing, can be used for the teachers that are in that space and utilizing the makerspace here. Also have nice storage areas where you can keep some of that really expensive equipment, some of that equipment that you have that's really nice and awesome, but you also want to be able to lock it up so that people can't be touching it after hours. And turning around and looking back, this is the entrance that you just came in at the events entry. Another view of the makerspace, which then also abuts right up next to the recording studio. Moving then up onto the second floor, this is the media center, and so those windows overlook down into the student dining space. We've got a lot of different functional seating areas in the space, also bringing the car from the high school, bringing that over.
This is also another area where there's that separation between the middle school and high school on the second floor also.
Yes. So on the far right there is the middle school entrance, and then behind us that is the high school entrance. And this is where, when we first came in, that stair comes up into this space right here. A view looking into the gymnasium. We also have natural daylight in here. We're looking at a black stain on the floor there. We do have also on the bleachers, we've got a media coverage area too, media platform.
The K, just kind of fun, we haven't done this for sure yet, but you can see the K on the wall. What we're hoping to do is take quite a bit of wood out of the current middle school gymnasium and stage and combine that to build that huge K, so that way it kind of preserves some history of the past into the future of the building. So looking to put a nice stain on that too, but have that just as a remembrance of the buildings from the past.
And then looking back at the main entrances to the gymnasium as well. Another view.
So there'll be more of those coming, especially over the next 3 months, because we have bids that will take place in June. So we're getting really close here, but there'll be more of those types of pictures to look at. And of course, we'll be putting them out on our website, but through the paper and other ways to make sure everybody's kind of getting an idea of what it's going to look like, especially once people start seeing dirt move around in June. I think people are going to start getting really interested to see, okay, what is this? And so they'll be able to go and take a look at a lot of these pictures. Anybody have questions for?
What does pick up and drop off look like?
That's a great question.
Yeah, this was coming.
No, that's good. Yes, because we knew that would be one of the most important things, honestly.
Absolutely.
So if you can imagine, and of course we don't have a site view, but the elementary is to the left if you're looking at the front of the building here. So the elementary will be well, let's put it this way. If you have a elementary child, you'll go there first, and the pickup will work very similar to the way it does now, where you come in off 114, swing around, pick up your student. But there is going to be a slight change where we're going to actually have a drive that doesn't exist right now that will bring you up, so that way when you pick up at the elementary, you actually pick up on the passenger side, which is better than the way it is now where you pick up on the driver's side. So you'll go to the passenger side. Then there'll be a connecting drive that connects the two schools, the elementary school to the high school, without having to go back onto Silver or back up to 114. It's going to be right in the middle there that will take you to the back of this school, which will be right in close to this parking lot here. And the idea is that folks, after they picked up their elementary student, will be able to pull into the parking spot here in the back of the high school. And of course, instead of having all the numbers and the tags and everything, trying to figure that out, by middle school, we can text or whatever, contact our student and say, hey, I'm out here, let's go, we're ready for you. So, and a lot of times the kids, if it's nice out, will probably be out waiting anyway, and they can hop in. So it's really a matter of whether you want to park and notify your child that you're there, or you can see the car that's kind of looks like it's going down another pathway there in front of the doors. There'll be a constant line there too that you can get in to just pick them up right along that driveway. And then as you head out past the lab, you can then choose whether you want to go back out to 114, take a left, and then there'll be a drive that takes you out to 114, or take a right, which is going to take you right to the corner there of Morningside and Silver. So you can head out Morningside, or take a right and go down Silver and head out that way. That's if you have a child at both. If you have a child that's just at the high school, you can come in off of Morningside or Silver there at that entrance, or you'll be able to come in off of 114, either one, but come to the back and be able to pick up. And again, the nice part of this is it's totally separated from the buses and the students. Because remember, when you get into middle high school, now you got kids that are driving. So we wanted to keep the kids that are driving separate from the parent pickup, and I think we've managed to do it pretty good. Of course, you don't know until the first day and everything, and you figure it out from there, but we feel like we've got a good plan for pickup. So thank you for asking that.
And there'll be tons of communication to hopefully make that really crystal clear before it happens.
Especially when you can't really see what.
Conversation into this topic.
That's important.
So it's not.
Yep.
He's right. It's not until we see cars flowing how we're going to decide if that's going to be. We have options to change.
There's all kinds of options. There's going to be roadways and what.
We have options.
We
It's
couldn't
just-
add anything else to make it work any better at this point. So.
Great question, though.
Unless anyone has $1 million for a roundabout at 53 and 114, because that's what we want to do. We just don't have the money. But
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Laura, thank you so much.
So
Yes.
that white area over there, that's actually the ag shop there.
It is.
Yeah.
and it's
Ag and
large.
manufacturing.
It actually has 2 classrooms inside of it, plus all the equipment. So
Right.
it's a nice big lab. Yep.
Great. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for presenting to us. Okay.
And there again, those that stuck around to see that.
Here's
don't
your
have
chance to
Yeah, you're welcome to
if
stay
you
for the
want.
whole thing. Welcome to stay for the whole thing.
Laura, you guys stay.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.
Okay. Anything else from you, Chad? Anything else you'd like to report on?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right, then we'll move on. 8, committee reports.
We just had a finance committee meeting tonight, and I thought it was pretty good. It was about boosters and being a 501c3 filing with IRS, making sure we stay current. So we had good conversation about that.
And an extracurricular meeting
And
also, I don't know if
I've
you.
got
okay.
that. I want to talk about that. Extracurricular, we did meet on March 13th. One thing that's really cool in that meeting to see is all the activities we have going on for the kids, whether it's with band, whether it's with choir, whether it's with the athletic events. We just wrapped up one season. We're moving into another season of athletics. So there's a lot of events coming up. They've got the Disney trip for the kids that are, I think they leave on the 31st of this month, so not too much longer, and they'll leave for Disney. But one thing I always want to point out to the public is we've got a really nice website that has all these events listed on them. So anytime you want to attend an event, whether it's for choir or band or an athletic event, they're all on our website. For the band and choir, I think there's a music tab, if I remember right. You can go to that tab and view all of the things online. Same thing with the athletic calendar. If you've not been on there lately, I'd urge you to go in there, check it out. All those events are updated. Dates are changed if there's a cancellation and stuff. So I would just urge everybody to get on there and take a look. But that's pretty much all we talked about at that point. So pretty neat to do that on the website for everyone. With smartphones nowadays, anybody can take a look pretty quick. So, any other committees?
I think that's it. We do have a curriculum committee meeting this week, a little bit later. I think Wednesday?
Thursday.
Maybe? Is it Thursday?
It's
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay, so that'll be on the next one. So.
Okay. Okay, great. I don't think we had any old business to discuss, did we? Nope. Okay. Then let's go ahead and have a motion to accept, please.
Ledley.
Or is that just for old
Nope.
business? We don't need that, do we?
We don't need that.
We don't need
No.
that. Sorry,
We're good.
guys. I messed that up. That's under number 9. Not number 8 still. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to new business then. Item 10, personnel items. Looks like we've got some volunteers for the 22 and 23 school year. Just contingent on the required paperwork. Looks like we've got a nice list there. I didn't count, but there's a nice list to take a look at. We've got a salary adjustment, some supplemental contract for Mr. Miller, supplemental contract for looks like an assistant track coach for Jacob Manns. Approving a transfer. Looks like Katie Kitchen's moving from the intervention specialist at the middle school to science teacher. Okay.
That's a
and
change.
10F, substitutes for this for the school year 22-23. Again, contingent on their paperwork. Let's go ahead and move for a motion for that, please.
Ledley.
Thank Brandon. A second? Thanks, Justin. Any discussion, any questions, clarifications? Okay. If not, we'll move for a vote, please.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mr. Hensel?
Yes.
Mrs. Heidinger?
Yes.
Mr. Ledley?
Yes.
Mr. Carmine?
Yes. Okay, item 11, authorizations and resolutions. One thing that we've got on there is we're approving 2 years for the calendar this time instead of year by year, so that's kind of nice this year. And I understand that was a pretty overwhelming decision.
Yep.
Of which calendar we were going to go with, so that is awesome. Item 11B, approval of the donations. Glazed over, Quest Federal Credit Union Ag Credit. Thank you so much for those. And then for the lunch fund, Ohio Nitwits, is that right? Yeah, Nitwits. And Whitney and Todd Burris, thank you so much for your donations to that. And then it looks like we've got some PTO money that went to the 7th grade Heartland trip and the 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip. Again, thanks so much for that. 11C, just an overnight trip for JROTC. Transportation agreement. That was presented. Approval of the 22 tax rates and the 23 estimated revenue for the Little Hardin County auditor.
And I might add that we're in an update this year for Hardin County,
Okay.
2023.
Okay. Reevaluation thing, is that what we're talking about? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Approval amendment certificate for estimated resources. So it looks like we're just moving some funds around. Is that right, Jill?
Yes.
For 11 F and G?
Yes, some grants that we've had adjustments to.
Okay.
Yep.
And then enterprise zone tax for Robinson Finn that was presented. And then item 11I, that is actually, we're doing a clerical error resolution here today. OFCC gave us the wrong number on our original contract, and it was discovered, so we needed to make sure that we correct that. As you'll see down there, it was, I think, listed at 135.5, and it should have been 138,770 all along. So we just need to get that corrected on here. And then we've got an agreement with Rhodes State College and the Kansas City Schools for some College Credit Plus, which is amazing for our students to take advantage of that. So could I have a motion?
Dick?
Thanks, Justin. Second?
Heidinger.
Thanks, Tasha. Any discussion, any question, clarification on any of those guys?
Do you have a question on the lunch funds? Is it just because we have so many unpaid balances that everyone?
Yeah, we're fortunate. We actually had a very large donation here a couple of months ago from an attorney in New York, and so our lunch account is doing pretty well as far as being able to help people
Yeah.
that need help. But we have had a large number of folks that are having trouble getting those.
Keeping up,
Yep,
yeah.
paid.
I mean, like, what's that negative balance look like? I mean, how much?
Trying to remember the.
Funds not being paid.
Correct, yes.
I don't know offhand.
All
We've
right.
got that, but I don't know it offhand.
I'm just
But
curious,
I
yeah.
will say our cafeteria fund is doing very well.
Yeah.
Because we had deferred a lot of that salary from last year.
Mhm.
So we're like a couple $100,000 in the black.
Yeah.
So we're good with that.
I'm sure it takes an adjustment from going to the free lunch program during COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, you make a turn there.
No, I understand.
So-
I'm just
And I was on
curious.
another webinar regarding that, and we're like one of many school districts witnessing
Experiencing the same.
those that cannot keep up with their lunch.
So if a kid does not have the money, do we still serve them, correct? It's not
And
like,
we
or
don't-
do we do the
I think
bag lunch?
No,
Okay,
They get a
all
normal
right,
lunch. I think the
Normal.
only thing that they can't do is get extras.
Extras.
Right.
Right.
okay.
Chad and I had a meeting with Regina, sat down.
Because they used to do the bag lunch, but I feel
Yeah.
like that's just calling
You're
the
not,
kid
yeah,
out.
there's no
It's kinda- yeah.
shaming,
Yeah,
that's against
Yeah.
law, so we don't do that.
Okay.
But we did sit down, we fine tuned how we distribute the cash for those that are having issues.
Okay.
So we've done that, but
All right.
if you would like, I can.
I was
I
just
can get you-
curious, I
yeah.
didn't know if it
Yeah, I
was,
can do
yeah,
that for you guys.
a lot of struggling.
Yep.
Yeah,
Great question.
yeah, all right.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, I saw on our Twitter account where the GROTC won a competition at Trotwood Madison. I just wanted to congratulate them.
That's awesome.
Again, I've said this many times, I think that's one of our better programs in the school, so we're very proud of that drill team, so.
Absolutely.
I guess, where are we on it hiring somebody full-time?
Well, we had a posting that it's been out probably for 2 months now, and really didn't get much of anything until about a week ago, and then we got 2 candidates. So I think there was an interview Friday, maybe. So hopefully we're landing somewhere. The issue will be whether or not we can hire the person, or what I should say, what if we end up offering the job to a person that is currently a JROTC instructor, that makes things go a lot faster, because if they're not, they have to go through a lot of background checks, and of course, dealing with the U.S. government, that can take a long time. So that's definitely a consideration as we go through it, but they're working to try to hopefully select somebody here soon. So.
Great. Thanks for that update. Okay, anything else? All right, let's go ahead and have a vote then, please.
Mr. Hensel,
Yes.
Mrs. Heidinger,
Yes,
Mr. Ludley,
Yes.
Mr. Carmine.
Yes.
Mr. Dick.
Yes.
Okay, item 12, approve a motion to go into executive session per the Ohio Revised Code, purpose of preparing for collective bargaining negotiations, to discuss details of security arrangements and emergency response protocols. There will be no other further action taken in that meeting. It's just an executive discussion. Man, I cannot talk today. Sorry about that. Okay. And then we need a motion to move for that, please.
Hensel.
Thanks, Rodney. A second? Leslie. Dick, I got the first. Okay. And then adjournment for this meeting, 7:35. Okay. Next regular board meeting will be held on April 17th, 2023 at 7 p.m.
I'll do the roll call for them.
You want to do the roll call? couple now?
executive
Oh, we need to
session.
do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
during
to
that?
go on that, yeah, to go
Okay,
ahead.
so we need to go ahead and do that now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mrs. Heidinger?
Yes.
Mr. Lovely?
Yes.
Mr. Carmine?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mr. Hensel?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Okay. Thanks so much.
Yep, conference room.